What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another Dokkan battle video. Now, we just got a brand new version in early this morning, and I haven't had a chance to talk about this yet, but there's some pretty cool stuff that came with this, so let's go ahead and talk about it. And you know what? Because I clicked on it, it's already gone. Here we go. All right, so update 5.14. Now, this is basically everything that we're going to need to lead us into the worldwide celebrations. So anything that JP has that we need that we didn't have should be here now, I believe. Unless I'm mistaken, but I believe everything should be here. So, optimize standby mode. After receiving a standby skill, in addition to checking the current charge count, you can also check more details on the standby mode when you tap the charge icon. We'll have to check this out later. We'll do some like SBR runs and things like that where we can really take a look at it. But during battle, tap the gauge button to check the detailed information. This is much needed stuff. This is really going to help people out in gauging when and where they can use that charge. So remember, you don't necessarily have to charge this all the way up. You could do this like mid-charge and just get a really big hit. But obviously, if you charge it all the way, it's just even better. But nevertheless, very, very handy update. Optimize the skip function. More animations can now be skipped, and the options have been integrated into the thing. You can now skip by standby skills. You can skip standby skills. Skip finish effect, charge back, skip revival count back. Basically, you can skip so much new stuff. Now, I'm genuinely speaking, a big fan of the animations. I'm a big animation buff. I've worked in the animation field, American animations, things like that. So for me, I love animation. But as a content creator, sometimes there are situations in which it just annoys me. I'm like, this animation is taking forever, and I really want it gone. So this is something that's really going to help us content creators and people with things to do. People that maybe don't have time to sit down and watch 30, 40-second animation before, just for a unit that's come on the field, I usually like at least like the once a day, enjoy it, and then if I'm making like a video, then it's not going to necessarily interrupt or harass like Adobe tends to do when I'm recording a video. But nevertheless, moving on. Good example, Adobe. Thank you very much. Optimize burst mode. To make burst mode more enjoyable, the special effect characters who have an advantage when attempting the stage will be rendered ineffective in burst mode. So, this is interesting. So, giant form and all that good stuff. So, basically, if I'm reading this right, and I don't remember them doing this on JP, but I don't. Sometimes I have a bad habit of just not paying attention to JP like I should. This looks like your giant form transformations and things like that, which frankly could make burst mode a breeze, have been removed now. So if you didn't know, a lot of times with like a giant form transformation, looking at Orange Pickle, I've used him a lot for this. The turn counter essentially doesn't tick onward. So you've got a situation where in burst mode or whatever mode, if there's like a limited number of things you can do, limited number of turns and whatnot, you can kind of cheat the system by using giant forms. Also, remember, giant forms also don't take damage. They're completely immune to damage. So they'd be a great way to just kind of stall an opponent out and beat them pretty quickly and easily. That's gone. It says more enjoyable. It's literally just to make burst mode a little bit harder. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, my goal will always to be build a team that can auto-run this. So defense stacking, things like that are always going to be, a genuine play. But that's interesting. That's interesting. Whether I like it or I hate it, I wish what they would do is they'd give you a ticker where you could turn it on or off and give you a certain number of points for it. That would be better than just disabling them altogether. But it is what it is, Others, not a whole lot here. Adjust the settings of the Awakening Metal Goku, blah, 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 just in certain descriptions. Fix some bugs, very generic stuff. The rest of this is just the really interesting stuff. I think, honestly, for me, the standby skill is really the big one. And that kind of gives us a clue. That gives us a big clue as to what is incoming for the worldwide celebration. Now, to kind of gush on a little bit more about what I would love to see about the worldwide celebration, we already know it's going to involve Trunks. Like we had that image of his time machine, and for me, what I would love to see is the like that very first Trunks that we saw with the jacket and everything and the sword and the one that diced up Frieza. That's the Trunks I would love to see. And they give us him in his base form, and then let him do it like a standby skill to power up into Super Saiyan, or something of that nature. Like, I guess the standby skill wouldn't make a lot of sense there, would it? Still, I'm sure there's a way they could work it out. That's what I would love to see. You know, or could be a Heart Virus Goku. Could be a Heart Virus Goku. Could be, I mean, we already got one of those recently, but there's any number of situations they really could enact here. Or, yeah, I'll be honest, they've done so much, especially with the standby system, they've done so much Cell Saga, it would kind of be, I don't want to say redundant, per se, but, you know, they could do a standby skill where Goku fights in Super Saiyan, powers down, and then you have the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. We've done that a few times. I don't want to say it's tired. The skill would make it interesting, but it definitely wouldn't be preferable. I would prefer something a little more interesting than that. But Dragon Ball Super is also still on the table, though I will say, with all the clues they've given us, it still looks like it is going to be Z-related, at least to me. But, you know, that is what it is. And then somebody pointed out, sadly, I was thinking the music was a clue, but the music's just generic Dokkan music. Apparently, it would never happen in the series. So, but nevertheless, guys, pretty cool updates. Really like this. I'm looking forward to the worldwide celebration. We now can pretty much surmise that standby skills will be a part of this worldwide celebration. So get hyped. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and I'll be back with more Dokkan for you guys coming up real soon.